Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and I've got part 3 of my cleaning of the Phantom Stranger comic, number 31. And we're just going to go ahead and get it started right now after this. Yeah, we're going to get started. Now, the reason I'm saying this is part 3, part 1, if you remember, was me going over what the flaws in the comic were and what I thought I could repair or clean. Part 2 was actually on a Wednesday night, Collecting Chaos with coffee, which is when I started cleaning the front cover and when I actually did the first pass on cleaning the front cover. This is part 3 where I work on the back cover. Let's get into it.
All right, it's time to get started on the back cover of this Phantom Stranger number 31. For those of you who may have missed it, I did the front cover on a on one of my Wednesday night shows, and I will put a link in the description of that, and I may go ahead and cut that portion out and and release it separately later on. But we have to do the back cover. Now I've cleaned this up a little bit to make sure I don't get any dirt on it. So we're going to put our backing board in here. And most of this is just going to be dry cleaning with an eraser. And I'm going to use my, this one. And these are basically what I'm going to use. But I might do a little bit of wet cleaning too. I don't know yet. Probably will. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. Start in this corner. And all I'm going to do is run the eraser over it very gently. Try to get some of this surface dirt off. But you know, let me stop there and let's go ahead and grab this cotton round and just go over it. Just go over it with the cotton round. See if we can't get any dirt off of it that way before I start erasing the whole thing. Just gently going over it. Now if you have a clean comic, but it's a little dull and it doesn't shine or doesn't have the gloss you want to do, you can do this to it and it'll bring that gloss out. It'll bring it all back around so that it'll look decent. And not much dirt came off, a little bit came off, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get back to this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Sorry about the glare on this, but we're going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a little better. And hopefully I won't accidentally take it off screen, which I'm famous for doing. So, like I said, we're just going to gently go over this and get as much of this dirt off as I can. Not being in a hurry, but I'm not going to take forever. You know, I'm not going to make this a really long video either. If I have to do 2 or 3 videos of me dry cleaning it, that's what I'll do. I want to try to keep this under 15 minutes. And doing this can easily go 20, 30, 40 minutes, and we don't want to do that. So use this same cotton round to clean that off. It's starting to come out a little bit. I don't know if you can tell or not. The lighting in here is not the best in the world. I have to work on that, but that costs money that I don't have. Now, you may not have you may have noticed that I'm pretty much concentrating on just the edge right now. I will get to the inside and the center eventually. Like I said, just going over it gently. I may end up having to do this 2 or 3 times to get it the way I want it. There's a little tear here, so I want to come off to the side like this. And now that we're at this other corner, we want to reverse the direction that we're going. Instead of going this way, I'm going to go this way so that I'm taking the eraser towards the corner. I do not want to rip this comic, which I have done many times by not paying attention. But we're going to pay attention today, and we're not going to do that. So, got this whole side done initially, and now I'm going to work on the top. I always do the edges first, and then I do the spine last. And, like I said, just keep going over it gently. You'll get it. The reason I show this is so that people can learn. People can say, hey, I can do that. I've got those erasers. Or they sell those erasers at my dollar store or at Walmart. Make sure you get the white ones. You don't want to get the colored ones. You want to get the white ones. You know. And then start on older comics that are cheap, that aren't worth a whole lot. You don't want to do this to a Spider-Man 129 or a Hulk 181 unless you've done it a few times, because you always run the risk of damaging the book, and that's a risk some of us are willing to take. And if you're not willing to take that risk, just keep watching the videos and don't do it. If you're afraid you'll hurt the comic by cleaning it or by working on it, do not do it. Don't try it. Now we're going to go back to this bottom area. Go back to cleaning that off. Now I'm sure you noticed on the top up here, when I got near the edge, even though it's a spine, I went ahead and reversed the direction of my erasers. Now, if you do this too hard, you will take some of the gloss off. But that's not a problem. You can fix it. You can't really fix the gloss. Once it's gone, it's gone. But you can make it look a little better. Now you see I'm going this way with this because that is actually a little crease in the paper, and it has gathered dirt, so to clean it out I need to go this way, and then I'll go back like this again. Because you can go like this all day long and never take the dirt off because you're not going with the crease. If you want to get in there, you got to go within the crease. And get in there, get to the spine. And now we're going to go up the spine. Same way as with the edges. Just gently go over it. And the reason I'm doing the whole thing and not just one section at a time, but I'm getting the entire edge. It's kind of like working a puzzle. A lot of people do the edge pieces first to make it easier to work the rest of the puzzle. Well, that's kind of what I do here. I work the edge first, and then I move onto the inside. Have to be real careful when you're doing a spine, because a lot of times it'll have it'll have spine wear or what people call tick marks or spine creases, and you got to be real careful so that you don't tear, because a lot of these are little tears right here, right here, right here, right here. And if you're not careful, your eraser will grab one of those and rip the book. So that's why you have to go real light and just keep over and over and over and over and over and again until you get it to about where you want it. Now the next part I'm going to work on will be the letters up here. And I'm going to do that with my... Now this eraser is a little more rubbery than this one is. This one is a little stiffer. But it's the same principle. You just go over it really lightly. And you'll get it up and around. Hug the curve of the S. Just like a race car, which is what they show here. These are model kits. I've had a few of these over the years. I used to do a lot of modeling, plastic modeling. Super detailing car engines and stuff, but for some reason I just don't do that anymore. I'll sometimes get like a 1/6 or a 1/12 scale figure and paint that, or maybe a miniature or something, but I don't do a lot of it anymore. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just I don't have the time. And that's why I have a Wolverine that I stripped the paint off, that I'm going to do to match the Hulk that I have. And I've had it for years, but I've just never finished it. I have to make new claws for it. And I'm thinking about making bone claws for it, which will be neat. I'm thinking taking a couple of chicken rib bones and using those for his claws. I probably won't, but I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, here we go. Almost done with the lettering. And of course, although I say I'm almost done with the lettering, I'm not done. I'm just on the first pass. I am. And you may see me do this a couple of times, because everything I do to this comic, I'm doing it on camera. Nothing that I will not do anything to this camera. My camera stopped. So I don't know if you saw me working on this crease or not right here. But I went with the crease because that's the way I have to go. So this video will probably be a little over 15 minutes. Probably be closer to 25. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cleaning up the back like this, and then I'm going to stop the video. And the next one, you're going to see me doing touch-up on this front and back. Again, even though I've already done the front and actually done a bit of a wet clean on the front, you're going to see me go over it again with the erasers. Sometimes you got to use a little round. As long as you're going light, it doesn't really matter how you do the eraser, as long as you go light with it and clean it off once in a while. Nothing worse than having dirt on your eraser and smearing it around on the comic. But yeah, once I finish this, the next upload or the next episode featuring this will be me going over the front again, as well as the back. And I might do that where I can use my, what I'll end up doing is I will take a scan of this, and then I will print that scan out so that I have an idea of what needs to be cleaned. For front and back, and that way I can get it done. But if you sit down and try to clean the whole thing all at once, it's never going to work. You're always going to have little mistakes or little areas that you miss. So zoom this out a little bit. That's going to be it for this one. Not super long. I'm
there
not
you
going to
have
go.
it. That's now there was a little break in there where my video stopped because the camera that I was using will record for 15 minutes and then shuts down. So then I have to restart it, and so that explains that. But I tried not to make you miss anything. It went a little longer than I expected, but that's okay, I guess. And I'll try to get part 4 out as soon as I can. I'm working on so many different things that I can't always get them all done as fast as I want to. One of the next things I work on, by the way, is going to be this Lois Lane. Now, you can't really see it very well, but there's a lot of really bad wrinkling on that cover. And it's so bad that you can see it on the inside too. Oops, if I can actually get to the cover. As you can see, it's on the inside too. I don't know if you can tell that or not. But there's folds and creases, and it's going to take a lot of work. And the back is pretty bad too. I kind of want to wash it, but at the same time, I don't want to because it's already lost so much color. But I don't think I'm going to. But I do have some, looks like, I don't know what it is. I don't want to guess. It scares me. But I'm going to have to try to get that off too. Now, I'm going to do this one off camera. I'm not going to show you me working because there's a few techniques that I'm going to use that I've never done before. And I don't want to show you something that I've never done before. I'm going to try to do it first. Fear not. I have another comic that has some wrinkles in it that I will also be working on. And that one I will do on screen. As you can see, this one also has wrinkles. And this one I will do on camera just to show you how I take out those wrinkles, provided it works. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to want to show you. I'll just tell you, well, it didn't work. That's all I've got, and have a great week, and I'll see you Wednesday on my Wednesday night show. Make sure you have a great week, and if you want to help support the channel, go down there and buy me a cup of coffee. Bye.